Good morning, everyone. All right, we're going to be walking on 9th Street for the first part of this walk, and then we're going to be going into Carroll Gardens, along Court Street, and then into Cobble Hill. I figured I'd take you guys down 9th Street. We're in Park Slope at the moment, but we're going to be crossing into Carroll Gardens later. They got a McDonald's over here. I'm always walking by McDonald's and want to get McDonald's, man. They got Bagel Pub. Man, this looks like a post office right here. Van Brunt Brooklyn Station. But let's look at this house. So this is a very historic house. This is called the William Cronyn House. And it was built in 1856. Look at this house. We're going to get a nice look at this before we move on. But the William Cronyn House, 1856. That's how long this house has been around. We start off with a little bit of a historic house here. Look at the architecture. This is like a old-fashioned type of home that you would see on a Halloween postcard. You look across the street there, it looks like we got some more historic looking old homes, apartment buildings. And we're going to be crossing over the Gowanus, and we're going to be walking by one of the oldest and also tallest train trestle we have here in the 5 boroughs. We gotta get across 4th Avenue. So this right over here is the 4th Avenue train station, 9th Street station. This is where you catch the F and the G up there. And then right here on my right is where you go downstairs and catch the R train. And those stations are connected. There is a staircase. Well, there's another part of the station over there where those people are walking, and there's a staircase that goes all the way from the subway all the way up there. It's a pretty long hike. I didn't give you guys a temperature check, but it is around 45 degrees, but it is breezy, so the wind is a bit chilly. And we are walking into the wind right now. So it's a pretty brisk. So we are a few days away from Christmas as I record this. And I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody celebrating Christmas, or Happy Hanukkah. We've stuck to our different format this year. I've spoken about it in the previous walks this month. In the last walk, we did 3rd Avenue and Dyker Heights Christmas lights. If you want to see Christmas lights, you can go to that last walk. This year, I pretty much stuck to my normal format, just taking you guys through neighborhoods. It's American Legion building right here. Like I was saying, I've stuck to the original format, and I'm just not doing just nothing but Christmas lights this year. We're just going through the neighborhoods, and it's worked out quite well. Had a lot of traffic this month. Best December I've had. And I think that's the way we're going to go going forward in the future. We still got a few days before Christmas. I do want to get into Bay Ridge and show you guys some of the Christmas homes up there that I show you guys every year. Christmas will be here. I'll just take a few days off. I'm not going to take my big break that I normally do. Oh, look at this home right on my right here. Look at that. This thing is just right in the middle, in between these two big buildings. You'll see a lot of old structures down here that have not come down. And what you'll see stuff like that. And you can see to my left over here is that big train trestle, tall train trestle that the F and the G line run over. When they come out of the subway for a couple of stops. We're going to pass by we already passed by one train station. We're going to pass by the Smith Street station. Give you guys a look at the structure up there. And I was saying, this is the tallest train trestle that services the New York City MTA. This is actually the tallest point up here. This area right here from where we're walking right now over here on 2nd Avenue up to over Smith Street is going to be the tallest point. It's a Tesla building right here next to us. But we're going to be crossing over the Gowanus in a moment. And if you remember, we were down here earlier in the year where, not this down here, we were down on Court Street. Remember, I took you guys down Court Street and Smith Street, and I stopped over by where they filmed one of the Goodfella scenes. So we're going to be walking by that. See how tall that is. And by the way, this is a train station up here. As you get further down, this is a train station above us. And it has a great view of the New York City skyline. Give you guys a look at some of the graffiti on some of these sheds, these trailer sheds. I am recording this on a Sunday, by the way. It is a Sunday, so not a lot of traffic. This is where Lowe's is, if you want to make a stop at Lowe's, I guess. We got a big Lowe's sign over here. So this is the drawbridge. You hear some trains rumbling above us. This is the canal, the Gowanus Canal. I'll give you guys a look. You see across the street over there. And you can see down here going north. You see the Brooklyn Tower out there, that big black Brooklyn Tower. The water looks a little clean today, huh? Don't let it fool you. You fall into that, you turn into a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. If you're not a teenager, you turn into a senior citizen Ninja Turtle. So right over here is the 9th Street train station. Actually, it's Smith Street train station. Smith and 9th Street. And you gotta go up. You gotta go up these stairs. Like, these are stairs right here in front of us. So you could see the kind of the shape. It's kind of enclosed in like this, building. But you could see you gotta go up the stairs there, and then you gotta go up over here. It's a hike to get to the top of this, just to get into the train station. So you gotta be in good shape just to take the F and the G train over here. There's a train station right here. Now it looks like the corner of Smith and 9th Street is kind of quiet. This is a rough area, by the way. This spot specifically can be a rough area, even during the daytime. But I guess it's cold out and no one wants to be out. If you keep walking this way, you'll be in Red Hook, literally over at that overpass. And then over here is the scene. This is where they filmed the scene where Karen almost gets killed. This store right here on the corner is where those guys were moving the televisions. It's now a bagel place, I guess. It's like a deli. I'm saying bagels because they have a sign that says hand-rolled bagels. And the only thing that really looks familiar in that movie scene is the door over here still has the diamond window. Right there. If you watch that scene, you'll see she walks by this diamond window here. So that's the only recognizable thing. All these buildings are renovated and reconstructed. Let's cross over here and look at some of the tenement buildings I have over here. And we're in Carroll Gardens at this point. So we're in the Carroll Gardens neighborhood. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk on Court Street. We got this house that's always decorated for Christmas. This interesting looking home with like these little balconies. I'll give you guys a look. I got to get into the street. This is probably the most decorated house on 9th Street. Here it is. You got Santa Claus on the second one, and on the third you got Frosty up there. I'm actually going to come out a bit. Probably looks nice at night. We got string lights. Oh, they got a nice Christmas tree right in the window there. I don't know if you could see it. It's hard to see with the reflection. But you can see the Christmas lights going all the way up to the top. All right, here we go. We're going to do now the rest of this walk. We're going to take this down to probably Atlantic. So here we go. Pick a side, pick a side. You know what? I guess we're going to go here for now, because the sun is on this side. And then we'll switch it up as we make our way down here. Like I said earlier, it is a Sunday, so we're not going to see a lot of people. Maybe as we get further down, you know, when we start getting down to the name streets, Actually, this is all name streets over here, by the way. But as we get further down, you might see more and more people because there's more markets and stores and places people go to eat. So Carroll Gardens. And then when we cross Union Street, that will be where you cross into typically what they call the neighborhood of Cobble Hill. So Park Slope, Carroll Gardens, and Cobble Hill. Very nice trees, nice wreath. And then right across the street, you got St. Mary, Star of the Sea, Roman Catholic Church. I would imagine church is in session. It is Sunday. I like this side. This side has a lot of nice places. There's nice places on the other side, but I always feel like this side of Court Street has the better aesthetics. Nate's Detroit Pizza. Hey, Nate. Nate from Brooklyn. Every time I walk by this place, I always give a shout out to one of our YouTube subscribers, Nate from Brooklyn. Which, by the way, he does not own that pizza place. Just want to clarify that. If he tells you that he owns it, he's lying. So. So right here is third place. Yeah, Joe's Barbershop right here. I don't know if that's Joe cutting hair. Yeah, Mexico in my pocket. Okay. Not quite in the pocket though. It's a storefront on Court Street.
This way.
Like I said, it was going to get crowded. Once we got down, this far, it was going to start getting crowded. Got a lot of dog walkers. We're going to look at this antique shop. I always stop at this place. We'll wait for the cars to go by. See a lot of people in there.
Look at all of those.
All right, let's get back to walking. I want to get back across the street again. Keep crisscrossing here. That's usually not my format. I usually stay on one side, but I'm trying to get everything in here. Looks like we got some Christmas trees over here, guys, in front of CVS. A little bit of Frank Sinatra playing. At least that's what it sounds like, right? I don't know. Oh, the smell that came out of that place was amazing. Oof. They got a little Christmas tree over here at the park. Oh, look at this, guys. They got a little bit of a market going on over here. I say we go check it out. Let's go. We'll look at the Christmas tree. We'll come back for the Christmas tree. Let's see what's going on here. Look at that. See that? You never know what you're going to get on the Stride Warrior channel. We've got a little bit of a street market going on. I wouldn't quite call it a street festival. It is a little market. We'll see what they got. Looks like they got some food and vegetables and fruit. Yeah, it looks like a little, I guess, a farmer's market. They got some bread over here. Oh, that bread looks good. Oh, that looks like some really good bread, guys. Yeah, it's like a little farmer's market. All right, let's make our way back to Court Street. This right here on my right, well, right here in front of us this is Carroll Park. It pretty much runs for one block up and over. A big white dog here. All right, let's go look at the Christmas tree and the church. If you guys are enjoying this walk, well, thank you for enjoying the walk. All right, here we go. We're gonna check out this Christmas tree. Here it is. This is a nice Christmas tree. So that's their Christmas tree. We're going to take a look at the church on President Street. President Street, I always mention this whenever I'm in the neighborhood. This is where my father's side of the family resided when they came from Italy. Well, first they were in Little Italy, and then they came out here. Now, I'm sorry guys, there's so many churches that I walk by, I always forget the name of the church. So I'm sure somebody is screaming and that lives local in the neighborhood is screaming what the name is, but I'll get you guys the name in a second. I can't remember every name of every church. It's hard. We'll go over there. One thing is for sure, a lot of the churches, they repeat a lot of the names. Like, we passed by a St. Mary church. There's tons of St. Mary's in New York. Let's go back this way, guys. I'm losing my mind here. You'd think a church this grand would have a nice big sign on the avenue. Look at these doors. Look at this. Look at this chapel. Look at that. By the way, you know, if you saw the name flash in front of the screen, I edited it after the fact. I can't whip my phone out and start looking up, you know, on a map what church that is. There's no sign. It's just kind of crazy that you wouldn't have a sign for that church. That's even if it's a church anymore. Maybe someone will write in the comment section that it's not even a church anymore. This right here is Marco Polo's Italian restaurant on the corner of Union. We are now moving into Cobble Hill. So this is Union Street right here. See, look, Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints. They have a sign on their building. So you guys enjoying this walk and like to see more of these kind of walks? I do this on my channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. Hit that subscribe, hit the like. Please hit the like. Hitting the like definitely helps. So it's very important that you hit that like. This is Caputo's Bake Shop. Very popular bakery. I mean, look at the stuff they have in this bakery. There's a lot of bread. Yeah, cheese plate. I know there's a toy store down here, or there should be a toy store still down here, so we'll see as we get further down. But I know the last time I was down here, there was a toy store. It was on this side of the street. Might be a couple blocks down. Got an old school looking Optimo over there on the corner. Look at that. Look at that sign. Sunrise Optimo. I am walking all over the place. Got another court. You got the court pastry shop over there. I could smell that. I mean, you could smell the cookies. Let's go over here and look at these storefronts over here. So this might be the toy shop. I feel like this is not the toy shop though. Maybe this is the toy shop over here. I mean, it is obviously a toy shop, but I feel like this wasn't the one. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've been down here, but here you go. Definitely a lot of toys here. They got R2-D2 right there. They got Darth Vader. Look at this Darth Vader, guys. Holy crap. Got some Happy New Year stuff. What I wanted to do is get across the street here. And look at these shops. Right here on my right, on the other side, is the Cobble Hill Cinemas, which is still around. And I like how they do all the movie posters up there. That they still have some old good ones. You have The Godfather, The Wolf of Wall Street. You have Coming to America over there. You got Saturday Night Fever over there. Giving you guys a full tour. I am stopping at all these places. Buddy's Burrito and Taco Bar. Kane Street. This is Kane Street right here. Sam's Restaurant Pizzeria. I'll tell you, this is definitely a day for pizza, man. I feel like eating some pizza right now. I'm hungry. But it looks like Sam's Restaurant Pizzeria is closed. The gate is down. Get back across the street again. We keep zigzagging. Reuben's Liquors. That's a wait for that bike. You gotta be careful. The bike lane is very even though it's like right in plain sight, you kind of forget about it every time you cross the street over here. I just put my wireless mic back on in case there was any wind going into the microphone. We're getting close to the end of the walk. We're walking this down to Atlantic Avenue. And if you want, guys, we'll keep walking down Atlantic. We're crossing again. Looks like there are Christmas trees over here, right in front of the church. And by the way, this is St. Paul's. At least that's what it says on the sign over there. It says St. Paul's. Got the burger joint here on the corner of Bergen Street. So unfortunately my mic keeps going out, my wireless mic keeps going out, so I'm just going to keep it off. I apologize if the sound is not uniform in this walk. It'll sound a little clear and then a little loud and then a little clear and then a little loud, but nothing I can do about it. I got the camera plugged into the battery pack and it's still cutting out, so that's one thing I hate this time of year when it comes to the wireless mics. Wireless mics are kind of funny in the cold. Look at this place, guys. Look at the decorations on this place. Let me get in front on the street here because you probably can see it a lot better from the street. Look at this. Look at that. Lemongrass restaurant. It looks pretty nice. I like it. Pacific Street. We are getting close, guys. This is it. This is it right here. We're gonna turn onto Atlantic, and we'll keep walking. We'll walk down Atlantic Avenue for a bit. Might as well, right? Here goes Trader Joe's in the old bank building. All right, we are on Atlantic. You know what? I gotta walk down to the train station on 4th Avenue, so I might as well take you guys with me now. So technically we are in what you would call downtown Brooklyn, although well, I'll finish that thought in a second. It's like torture, waiting for that thing to pass you. They don't really look like they're in a rush, by the way. Right here is Bourne Place. So I was going to say something earlier. I was going to say, you know, you can consider this Carroll Gardens. Well, no, not Carroll Gardens. We're out of Carroll Gardens. So you can consider this Cobble Hill, but right here, this is Bourne Hill. You got downtown Brooklyn, Brooklyn Heights. I mean, there's just so many overlapping neighborhoods at this point. The construction going on down here. This is definitely going to clock in as one of our longest walk. Well, not longest, but one of our longer walks in December. There's the old bicycle shop still going strong here on Atlantic. I see that bicycle sign, I think of where my father bought me my first bike on 8th Avenue in Sunset Park, Arnold's. Oh, look at this, guys. Look what's coming towards us. Look at what's coming towards us, guys. Oh my. It is a Santa Claus band. So that's what they do now, right? Instead of like puffing yourself up with a whole bunch of pillowcases to look like Santa Claus, you wear inflatables around yourself. I guess that's the easy way to do it. I don't know, they didn't look like Santa Clauses to me. They looked more like, I don't know, a bunch of spacemen with red spacesuits. I don't know. Speaking of red, you got this red house over here. Clovers. And then you got Clovers right here next door.
We're gonna talk about that.
Dogitude. Hey guys, it's an ambulance again. He likes to play his siren. And now we gotta wait for it to pass us to get rid of the sound. Looks like he turned up that street behind us, so worked out. I hope you guys are enjoying this walk, because I sure am enjoying it. If you sense a bit of sarcasm, I mean, the walk is a good walk. Nothing wrong with the walk. It's just we got onto Atlantic Avenue and the whole atmosphere changed. As far as like ambulances flying around. Are you telling me the ambulance went around the block? He's on the other block. He's like one block over. That's why you're hearing him. He's on Pacific Street, it sounds like. This is a good walk on a Sunday, I'll tell you that. This will definitely clean the lungs out. Well, minus the pollution I'm breathing in, but it's definitely good exercise. And just like that, there's nobody on the street. We're getting close to 4th and Atlantic, where I'm going to be getting on the train. I'm going to be getting on the train actually at Pacific, on the Pacific side of Atlantic Avenue, Barclays train station. And we still have not passed 3rd Avenue. When we get past 3rd Avenue, that's when we know we're almost done. Nevin Street. This is where we walked about a year and a half ago. We walked down here, and the further down we got down into Cobble Hill and Carroll Gardens, it was Borum Hill. That's where all the construction is going on down there. All the new buildings are going on down there. Well, let's recap on the walk. We started at 9th Street, showed you guys a really historic house. To start off the walk, we went down 9th Street. We took a look at the old train trestle that services the F and the G line. We got into Carroll Gardens. We walked along Court Street, checked out all the places on Court Street. We walked through into Cobble Hill. We made a right-hand turn onto Atlantic, which is what we're doing now. We're now walking. I'm taking you guys with me for the remainder of the walk. I got to get over to the train station, and that's pretty much the walk. Along the way, we had the camera go off a couple times. We had the mic go out, and I'm using the onboard mic. So this has not been a perfect walk. Been one of those walks, you know. Sometimes, things don't go right on the walks. And that's just the way it is. We are on 3rd Avenue, so we got one more block. Take a look at some tall buildings here in the downtown Brooklyn area. Got the old Williamsburgh clock tower building. If that time is correct, it is 20 after 12. I want to thank everybody for tagging along. As we get closer to Christmas, I'll give you guys another look up. You see these tall buildings here. So you guys got a good look at this part of Brooklyn. We went through pretty much 3 or 4 neighborhoods. I wasn't planning on having a camera on while I was walking down Atlantic, but hey, what the hell. right, here we are. 4th Avenue in Atlantic. Always a very eventful place to hang out. This can be a really interesting corner, I'll tell you that. But we're going to end it here on that interesting corner. And I hope you all had a great walk with me. Give you guys one little look here before I shut the camera off. All right, guys, take care, and I'll catch you guys all on the next walk. Bye-bye.